as a millennial, what does social media mean to you?
Currently, what social media means to me is a platform to amplify my voice and, share the kind of values that I hold with people.
And it can also be a place where you escape reality, like when you're doom scrolling.
I don't like it when we do things that keep us in a box. I like to be very flexible. Some people do some things and then it goes viral and then they stick to it, and that's actually a good thing because you need to keep doing what works. But if it now keeps you in a box, that's where men now have problems. There have been cases where what somebody shared 10-15 years ago has come back to like haunt them or come back to affect them, especially at the level that they are presently.
Don't do something that is against your morals.
Any guy that I'm seeing on the screen that is acting like a lady, no matter the audience that person has, there's a ways to play with my head. Is fella an influencer?
A celebrity can be an influencer, and as an influencer, you have become a celebrity.
I don't think it's everybody Pella can influence. Pella cannot influence me or my people because people are really talk about Pella because it's not a topic that comes up. When it comes up, like actually his relationship with dad, like if he comes up and they're talking about it, it's always about how he's naughty, how the kind of things he says, how low like his intelligence, how low of intelligence he is.
Good everyone. Welcome back to the Good Code podcast. I remember I always say Olumide Adeyanju, where we talk about growth and mental development and personal driven as well. So here with me today, I have two amazing friends with me. I call them business socialites, But let me leave the introduction to them fully, properly. Fisayo, the first person with me here is Fisayo. Fisayo, kindly introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Fisayo Patrick. I am an entrepreneur. I am also a digital creator.
Thank you very much. My second guest today is, I call her Awa. Awa of the North. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Priscilla. I'm the creative director of S by Prissy, sell luxury hair extensions. Yeah.
So thank you. You've heard them, right? So they are, they have money. After this section, I'm going to build them. So I need money like this, bro. So it's nice to have you guys here.
Yeah, nice to be here.
So I feel like this topic today is going to be very interesting. It's not more like debate, or it's more like interaction section. Whereas we are going to have some social media talks.
Okay.
When I mean social media talks, it means that we are going to talk about some things that we've been seeing, either in trending as a personal person or in terms of business. I know that two of you are business people, and then you are business oriented. Do you understand? So, what is social media in terms of because thank God that we have two generations here, right? Like one of you is millennial, and then one of you is Gen Z, right? So, what as a millennial, what does social media mean to you?
As a millennial, social media to me is a lot of things. It started as a place where I could connect with friends, showcase many things that I wanted people to see. But currently, what social media means to me is a platform to amplify my voice and, share the kind of values that I hold with people. Because many times I see the kind of things people share online, and there have been cases where what somebody shared 10-15 years ago has come back to like haunt them or come back to affect them, especially at the level that they are presently. So I see social media as a place where you express your authentic self, right? And it could be in different ways. It could be as a business owner, it could be as a mother, it could be as a creative, whatever it is. So that's what social media is for me.
Yeah, for you, Priscilla.
Just like she said, social media is a space for expressing yourself, and it can also be a place where you escape reality, like when you're doom scrolling. Escaping reality.
Just like you have issues, right?
What do you say?
Just like maybe you have one trauma going through your head and just want to release that energy.
Yes, it's entertainment. So you're relaxing yourself, your stress and everything.
So one thing about social media, like I found common based on what you guys say, like is a means of communication, depending on what you are communicating. Do you understand? Because communication is not by you talking, sometimes by you listening to is a means of communication. Because you take in information that we can use for either now or future sake. Basically, that's actually fine. But I want you guys to talk more about the because I really don't want to generalize social media for me, because I feel like at every stage in life we have this different perception we have about social media in terms of generational, based on generation. Because the way a Gen Z would will go about social media totally different from the way millennials go about social media. And I'm like, to be sincere, among Gen Z and millennial who uses social media like it for the betterment of social media itself, not just for
Gen Z.
not just for
But
the
the
using.
betterment of social media,
Yeah.
definitely not Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Okay, look at what
Gen
you
Z.
said now. That is a way to escape reality. If you're escaping reality, it means that you are going to take in anything that you see. Like you said, entertainment, and which is very interesting. Social media is a place to get entertained, but I don't see it as escaping, going to consume entertainment to escape reality. Because once you start seeing social media like that, it means you begin to believe that anything can go. And if you check statistics, Gen Zs are like, there are a million of them on social media. They spend more time on social media, not because they don't have things to do, but it's like they were born into that culture. They grew up into that culture. People, the boomers, I think that's the generation before millennials, they don't do well with social media because it wasn't ingrained into their lifestyle when they were growing up. But for the Gen Zs, that's how it is. So you will see more of them on social media than any other generation.
Do you have any good opinion about that?
Like she said, that's how she sees it.
So
Everybody have different
how do you
aspects.
see it?
How do I see social media?
Yeah.
Like I said, entertainment is part of the pros of what you get from. It's not the only main reason why you are there. And I also said, I agree with her when she said is a way of expressing yourself. It's like communicating, expressing yourself how it is. It could be your business, it could be any way you're trying to express communication or whatever you're trying to express on there. So the entertainment I mentioned earlier is part of the pros that you're getting from social media.
So looking at this, for me, I thought, because I would like to balance this conversation is in the sense that, when we're talking about the aspect of social media platforms, right, I feel like each of these platforms have their different focus.
Yeah, they do.
I believe you guys agree with me. So it depends on, for me, I feel like maybe it depends on which one each individual uses more. Like categorically, yeah. If you look at the Gen Zs now, I think they spend more time on IG and TikTok more compared to that basically they're going to their LinkedIn, going to their mails. Do you understand? Because I feel like the generation and then the interaction of different platforms, determine on what they are actually looking for. Do you understand? Because what you're looking for determine where you are going to. Do you understand? So that is for me. And because, there is a lot of things going out there now talking about the recent. Do you understand? Because there are goods and bad of social media, right? Which is going to bring us to the main conversation about the business angle about, social media. How effectively, because we use this platform very well. Everybody uses platform very well. So how effectively do both Gen Z and then I use it? Okay, let us not categorize the generation now. Okay. So in your own perspective, how do you use social media to affect your business positively?
Okay, for me, I'm on quite a number of social media platforms, both personal and business accounts. And what I believe is, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, who you are determines how far your business will go, or how much you've developed yourself determines how much growth your business will experience, because your business can never grow more than your level of growth. So I use social media to show up as my authentic self, right? If you go to any of my social media pages, you see pictures of myself, right? See pictures of other things that I do. So I have a podcast, I have a channel. I like to share those things on the platform. So my business account, what I do on that page is to share business conversations, or business tips and all of that. So, you can link to each of the platforms on anyone you go to. So if you go to my business account, you can link to me. If you go to mine, you can link to the business. So when you come, I let what I am reflect in the business, right? So these are the things that I believe in. When you go to my business account, you see it there. So I'm not just about, like I always say, that I'm not just about, it is important for me to get clients on my from my social media page, but that's not just what it's all about. I also want. Sometimes I post when I just started the business account. I post things and I don't get any interaction at all on the page. And my friends will be like, go and sponsor, boost your post so that will go far. And I'm like, I'm actually talking to the people who would not want to like this because they don't want to be associated with, whatever
You are doing at that
thing
time.
I'm saying. So, for example, if I'm talking about how Gen Zs are spending too much time on social media and the Gen Z is seeing it and the Gen Z sort of agrees with it, that Gen Z may not want to like or engage with that post so that other Gen Zs like we see here and other people will not see it and be like, oh, why is this Gen Z agreeing with this comment? So I always tell people that it's about that person that would rather be silent, will silently agree with what I share on the page. So it's a lot of, if you go to my channel, if you go to my page, this is yourself. She's always talking about how you need to be authentic, you need to grow, you need to develop yourself. And then our business page is also about how you need to grow your business. As a founder, you need to do this. As an entrepreneur, you need to do that. That's what I believe social media should be used to, and that's how I use it. So there's really no difference between
Yourself and your
self and business, except the kind of content, like the
value.
types, the pictures, and the carousels that are there.
Okay, over to you.
Sorry, if you don't mind, can you go over the question so I'll show what I'm
Okay, so let me just summarize. Like, how well have you been able to use social media to leverage what you do?
Okay. Social media has been a very, very big impact in what I do. Before I started using like social media, I was not really a social media kind of person.
Okay.
And then when I started my business, I had no other platform or choice because I started my business during that pandemic time. That's during COVID. And everybody could attest to it that during that period, a lot of offline businesses like shops were locked down that period. So we had no choice than to come to social media. Social media was like the platform that was helping all of us. So I didn't have a choice than to leverage on social media then. And social media has helped me in ways that, to the level that which I've gotten, I'm still doing everything that I'm doing on social media. I don't have a offline store or a pickup store or anything yet. I still make my money solely on social media. So me, from my perspective, social media has helped me a whole lot, even more than, like, if I look back sometimes, I'm like, I remember that I couldn't even post like pictures of myself because it was not something
you used to do.
It's still something I struggle with. Like, if I don't post anything business related, I will not really post my personal self there. Though sometimes I have to because, I have to connect to
people.
Yeah, my customers in that kind of personal level. But aside from that, social media is, my business is what brought me to social media, and it has been a great help to me. So I would say social media, I don't know, I would not say it's a blessing to our generation, but I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
It can be both cause and blessing.
Exactly. But I think it's how you use it that matters, and and what you consume and what not you consume. I don't consume things that do not reflect my personality or my morals
at all. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I want to quickly, create a scenario right now. Like, when you are trying to, like, especially for small scale business, right? When they think of awareness, some people think awareness to content, some thinking to boost posts, some thinking to educative content, some thinking to gift or like bonus kind of content. Or understand? So fully well, I don't know, like, if you follow the trend about the entertainment industry right now, if they do a particular project, everybody want to do premiere, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just like the way Finkadeli and the rest are doing premiere. And then just because they want awareness for their program, even as far as they keep dancing around and they just keep dancing. And looking at the impact of, like, the expenses, the attitude towards it, not everybody has that energy.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that flair to come out to dance. Now, even on TikTok now, I'll be seeing, surprisingly, somebody is just opening a product. They will be dancing just to advertise. Some people go as far as go to the streets to dance, record, just in the sake of awareness. So for me, sometimes I feel like it might work for some people, which is fine. And because we are different breed, do you understand? So this different aspect of awareness I keep seeing day in, day out. So I could not connect it together. Maybe it's related to their generation one, because obviously Finkadeli is not a millennial self. I think he's in
And she still does
I should-
dancing.
Do you understand? So the point is that I really want to understand, like, to your own different aspect of knowledge, does all these attributes, like both the awareness, like which one do you think is more perfect to go with if you are a CEO of a particular brand? Will you, attach yourself to the dancing part, or try to create content that is going to give your audience what they need, or you tend to do a sponsored post ad so that people will just see and do you understand? So I just want to know your different perception about that.
So I would say it depends on individual still, and what works for you. The thing is that you can't know what works for you till you try different things. Like I said, I struggle with posting myself online, so I don't come out to talk. I just come out to advertise my product, like without talking, maybe voiceovers or song audios. So recently, I started to do some educational content that needs me to talk, and surprisingly, it's doing well. And I'm like, why didn't I start doing this thing earlier? But then, like, I have to take it like over 100 times. I have 100 takes because, I mean, it's not something that I'm used to. So I started to notice that this is working for me and something that I am working. So I think it depends on what works for you. And also, some people now, they'll do a certain thing and that particular thing makes them viral and they'll stick to it. It might not be something that might be planned, that, okay, they just maybe did something, they were trying out something, and that particular thing went viral, and you see that they stick to that particular thing, not because they necessarily want to, but because they don't have a choice, based on you are feeding people what they want. So there's no particular what is the best thing to do. I don't think there's something that
There has to be one pattern role.
but all I know is that you don't do something that is against your morals, or something that you know that, like now they say digital footprint. So because you are trying to advertise, let me use my industry for example now. Because you're trying to advertise hairs, you see some people with like revealing clothes and all of those things. I mean, if they're okay with it, that's fine. But it's something that I would not do because I'm trying to sell wigs, not my. Do you understand? So I believe in digital footprint and everything. My child will come like 10 years from now and say, Mommy, do you understand? Let's not even go far to child, like
Your
prospects.
prospect.
Yeah.
Do you get? So I don't know which is the best way.
Your family
I'm
prospects.
still even trying to figure out which is the best way for my brand. But you just try to put your eggs in every basket. That's it.
That means you are still testing the water.
Yes,
You have to test. You have to continually test.
Okay.
well, me, so I don't like it when we do things that keep us in a box. I like to be very flexible. So, you mentioned that some people do some things and then it goes viral and then they stick to it. And that's actually a good thing because you need to keep doing what works. But if it now keeps you in a box, that's where men now have problem. So let's say I dance today and now I'll now have to be dancing every day. I can't do it. And I do not like the dancing thing at all. I tell my friends that I can never stand in front of camera and dance. I can dance for other things, you get. We can say, okay, let's dance now. I will dance. I just like funny moments. But dance to sell my hair or dance to sell my movie, like you mentioned, Fuki Akindele, it's working. It worked the first time, the second time, and then every other person is doing it. And the problem with us and social media is we saturate things a lot. It becomes very, very. Nigerians, we have a problem with that. When something is working, everybody will start doing it. And then becomes somehow. So me, I don't like. So what I would say is it depends on your brand and it depends on what you're selling. It depends on your industry. So if somebody is offering professional services, I don't expect you to be dancing in front of to be dancing on TikTok. If, for example, you're a virtual assistant or you are an HR consultant or something, you should not be dancing in front of TikTok, right? It doesn't mean that if you sell A, you should also be dancing. Like she said, she's not all that
dancing kind of.
Yeah, so you can't say, oh, if you sell L, you have to dance. That's how you sell. It's not true. There are other ways to sell. In fact, the movie thing is not only dancing that helps you sell. We've seen people who do other things and still sell their movies. So know your brand. If that's what your brand, if it fits your brand. If you're a comedian, sure, you should dance in front of people. If what's it called? These people that dance, all these people that compose dance steps, you can do it, right? If you are somebody who believes if you have certain values, let's say you have something like professionalism, good work ethics, So it depends on who you are. Depends on who you are. So if you know who you are, you will know if the dancing will match your brand or not. And again, she mentioned digital footprint. Dancing is fun. I don't think there's anything that can affect dancing. Let's say you've now danced. You have danced. You've done some horrible dance steps and different things. In the next 3 years, you now get ordained as a
For
pastor.
example, Vicky James.
They
and
now
there's this
bring it
video
out.
that comes up for her.
Yeah, so that video, for example, when she was dancing, people were
When
like,
she was twerking for
they said, oh, she's born again, and then they brought the video, and people were like, oh, that's an old video, and I'm like, let's be accountable. Let's find out how old is the video. Nobody is above mistakes. Anybody
less than
can.
3 years, I guess.
Anybody can dance, and then it comes back to bite them. You just have to own up to it.
That twerking is not Christian like at all. Trust me.
It was not Christian.
It was not
But
Christian-like, trust
again,
me, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if she said anything about.
No, I don't think she has.
She didn't come and say
said
anything. But what I always tell people is, if she's trying to say or just trying to imply that it's her past, then let's leave it as her past, right? We don't know the kind of things that it did. Maybe affected her one way or the other in different aspects of her life. Let's move on with who she is now. So whoever it is that it happens to is not a problem.
I think I will want us to debate, like not really debate, like, let's just go further. Because looking at that, because Vicky, for me, I think she's an influencer, right? She has influenced for different brands. And I don't think those guys have actually went back to that part, because they are looking at as number one.
No, that's because that's the brand aspect. But because of that video, I know a lot of people and some other allegations that she has. Because of those things, like some people are not looking at her in the Christian way that, oh, is it Vicky? So, like I said, digital footprints. So, let's assume that if she was going to like maybe a more strict church, they would that one
like
now.
My
It can,
deeper life.
Yeah.
So if she's going for like some positions, all those kind of things you get can affect.
Okay.
So I would like to add something that she said earlier. She's talking about like being in a box, like because of something went viral and not staying in that position, you're basically caging yourself or limiting yourself. So I'd like to talk about any.
Okay, that guy where you use glitch.
Yes. So no, do you remember what I'm talking about him? Because that's what he started with. He started with lip gloss.
That lip gloss.
Then he went into food. And then now we can see how any has diversed into like so many other things. So now at that period, maybe the lip gloss was what was making him to trend. But there's a way you can strategically move yourself from what you're doing at that moment to, because there's some people that went viral for a particular reason and then
they stick to it.
Like I know somebody. That's 2023. The videos are in the that's 2023.
This personally, I think because me, I'm a guy and I feel like I'm in more of the masculine aspect. Any guy that I'm seeing on the screen that is acting like a lady is a piece. I don't. No matter how sweet that, or no matter the audience that person has, there's a ways to play with my hair. Like I'm not buying.
Even me that I'm Jay-Z.
I'm not buying.
You cannot be dancing and come and stand in my front as a prospect and you expect me to take you serious.
I don't.
Yeah.
So
a lot of things have come out about Amy. But the thing is, he didn't really move away from that. He just stopped using the lip gloss. But
that guy still uses lip gloss.
Yeah, he still uses the lip gloss.
The context is not
you get
around
so
it.
yeah, it's not. Like you said, he was able to strategically move. But you will still see that his lips are wet. You will still see him do feminine things. You still see him hang out with women. So he's still there, but not totally in that. So we're not seeing
maybe the whole.
That's a very strategic thing.
It's still like maybe.
But and he's a nice person. I just don't like.
I think people should be able to learn from his way of transitioning. People should learn from that. So in that aspect, so I want to go to all these influencers. Do you think like sometimes you see a particular person influenced for a brand, and you say that the person is like this, the brand is like this. In terms of their character of that person, you look at about who this person stands for, kind of his content versus the company is advertising for. You see that there is no any alignment to me, because the organization has the money, the person has the audience. They do not even try to balance the value of the two individuals, both the company and the brand together. Do you understand? So I feel like the company is looking about the audience. They don't look deeply in what they're about, what the person is able. Because in what sense? I don't know. They talk about so many.
Generally, you know that Nigeria like anyhow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in what sense a guy dressed like he act like
A woman.
a lady, the other side, she's advertising for like a suit company, and that person was putting on a female an outfit. Do you understand? I mean, I feel like it is like it is contradicting.
Are you talking about somebody?
I'm not
You're definitely talking about someone.
Just, I'm like, when I saw the ad, I was like, was it because this person had followers?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it because this person has, community base? Is that why this company is going towards this kind of? It's
Like you said now,
it
there's
does not
no.
align, because sometimes me in my own head, though, that's the way I'm thinking though. But I don't know your personal talked about influencing generally in Nigeria related to the company's value versus the influencer. What thought you guys have about that?
I'll say is, like I said, Nigeria is anyhowness. We like anyhowness. And this thing, if you're doing it outside the country, for example, if you have something against you, or let's say something viral that is that doesn't have good morals, or something negative that come up against you, and you're already like influencing for a particular, they can withdraw your
Something like that
contract.
here.
But it's not like that here.
Yeah, it is that thing that will even bring you brand deals.
So in Nigeria, it's more about how famous you are
Community
and how,
members.
I think, and I don't think it is nice, because someone like me now, if I want to use an influencer, I cannot use a tech influencer to advertise my products, because it doesn't align with, that is not the person's usual content. And the person followers, the
I have
person
a funny
community.
question. Shall continue. I will know. I pray I don't forget the question. Continue.
The person audience, the person community, they're following the person because of the tech related posts that him or she makes.
Yeah.
So now coming to do like a wig advert, that thing is not going to go viral. Or even if my God's grace it goes viral, I will not get what I need from the.
And there's a way you can use storytelling to achieve that.
with
But
tech and hair.
yes, there's a way you can say it. But it's better you just stick to somebody who is.
But that also depends
And
on
the
the
thing
person.
is, the thing about it is that at least there's somebody in that company that is making that decision. So it boils down to human error, and the company saying we need to drive sales, right? So they just pick anybody as long as you have audience, as long as people are commenting. And most of these people, they don't get return on investment, but they will not say it.
They'll not say
You
it.
spend a lot of money on an influencer.
You are
What they
still
just
doing
do
it,
is
like,
they
doing
break,
it. You are
they
still doing it.
end the relationship, and they now cause their losses. And Nigerian business owners, you know how we behave. Brands, the way brands behave. So social media is like, somebody had told me before, a big brand owner was telling me that, social media is magic. Social media is magic. Just pump money and then you start making money. But when they now pump the money and everything happened, they were not making a lot of money. They lost money. So it's usually like that. But me, I have an issue with Nigerian influencers. I always say this, I have an issue with a lot of Nigerian influencers, not all
Majority
of them.
of them.
There is no depth. They don't have depth. They have audience and they have the numbers, which is
So are you
something
saying
that
they are-
sways.
Are you saying that their audience are shallow-minded or as well?
Not their audience and shallow.
Okay, so I have this funny question I want to ask. Mic check. Is Pella an influencer to you guys? Like, based on this thing that we've been discussing since morning.
Bella, yeah, he's an influencer now.
I
What do
don't
you think?
think Fela is an I think he's a celebrity, but it can influence people in, I don't know, maybe story of from gutter to.
If in Nigeria, if you're a
Maybe.
celebrity, you're an influencer. It doesn't even matter. And a celebrity can be an influencer, and as an influencer, you have become a celebrity. So the two have become one
In Nigeria,
in this
right?
country.
So
That's how it
Because
is.
I don't think it's everybody Pella can influence. Pella cannot influence me or my people, because I mean, we don't have
Or your
anything.
brand.
Not even necessarily my brand, like people around me. I don't think people around me don't even talk about Pella, because it's not a topic that comes up.
I
When it comes to
You are
everything, Pella is not
everywhere.
a topic. Like actually, his relationship with Jab, like when we're talking, if he comes up and we're talking about it, it's always about how he's naughty, how the kind of things he says, how low like his intelligence, how low of intelligence he is. That's the only reason. Like
So do
there's
you think he's
nothing
very
that
low intelligent kind of guy?
do you think is what?
He's a low intelligent kind of guy.
I don't know. No, genuinely, I don't know.
Oh, but trust me.
The
Yeah, I feel
way
like
you can know that is by when you listen to what he says. right? And you read what he shares or you watch his videos. So
So-
I mean, for somebody that was able to build that kind of
That kind of
following,
audience-
it's not
it's
low.
not-
on
Ah,
the-
No,
he's-
Fela's one was not. I don't think he built it based off like strategy or. I thought
was just
that his
grace.
own was grace
And-
and then consistency.
Okay,
and
now-
then was able to sustain
Grace-
it.
And that-
You
yes,
still,
you
need
understand.
a certain level of intelligence to sustain that
that
kind of
audience.
audience because it keeps growing.
Maybe.
The only thing is when we're talking about intelligence
It's not by
is
the way
plenty.
it sounds. Oh.
There are different
It's not by
kinds
the
of
way it sound,
intelligence.
oh.
There's some
Bro.
intelligence that you be like, what's this? Wait till
This is what it
there are some that you will be attracted to. You really
So
like.
one thing that I actually learned about that guy was that based on what I heard, I said what we see on the screen is totally different from who he is.
Oh please.
I don't think so. I think what I always say about like now, let's talk about if you are posting something here, whether you agree to the thing or not, it kind of reflects who you are. I always
Exactly.
say,
As long as you shared
see,
it.
as long as we shared it. For instance, now, for me now, I don't what do you say? I don't agree to lesbianism now, and I'm posting something about.
Lesbianism.
Does it make any sense? No. So it reflects the kind of person, knowingly or unknowingly. So I always say, so him saying that, or people saying that he's totally different, in a way, he still reflects the kind of person that he is, a lousy person. I'm sorry.
Whatever you share on social media is a reflection of who you are. It might not be a reflection of who you are right now, but it's something deep inside you that will still find its way out.
God. I have to be careful what I post there. I don't know.
You cannot be posting if you see something that you don't. For instance, now maybe you're
What do
talking
I even
about
post?
president now.
Yeah.
That is a good president, and you know that maybe
You don't feel like
agree,
he's
you don't
a good
feel,
president.
You will not post it.
You
now.
post it.
You will post it. Now. So whatever you post is a reflection of who you are.
Okay. Okay. So because it just give me feedback about recap of, I think it was yesterday I was checking my YouTube and I saw my recap. I was wow. So yeah, now maybe this. Like I was very happy. I was happy at myself. So I was the one that watched this kind of story. Like, makes sense. Okay, so looking at this so how do you mention return on investment as a business person using social media?
How do you measure it?
Yes, return on investment. Like if you put 10 naira, maybe you want to run an advert, or maybe your advert doesn't mean maybe you run ad. But maybe your content, maybe doing content.
And I think it depends on the
money
results
and all.
that you get. If you run an ad with a certain amount of money, what's the goal of your ad? Did you even eat like 80% of your goal, 70% of your goal? If you did, that's how you measure the impact or the ROI. So I spent so amount and it was able to bring me this number of sales, and sometimes it might not even be in sales. Sometimes it might be in
leads.
it can be in leads. It can be in people just sending you a DM. It can
Yes.
just be awareness. You just want people to know that you exist. You want people to like a video. Then another thing, not just ad. If you, I don't know how it is for product-based businesses, but for service-based businesses, if I post a content, I talk about something, and sometimes I don't get people to send me a DM for based on that thing. It could be a referral, right? So somebody referred their friend to me, and the first thing the friend did was to go to social media to check if I'm there, and then they see that content that I posted, and they said, for instance, it's website design, and that's what they're actually looking for. And I talked about website design, and they sent me a message that I really want this service. Somebody referred you to me, and then I see that they've either liked the post or they are following the post. Is ROI for me? Or they ask me, I want to see the things that you have done. I just send it to my social media page. This is what I've done. Okay, this is the brand that I work. And I'm somebody, because of I do social media management and web design services. I don't really post clients on my page. I don't post, we're the ones that created this campaign. I don't post that on the business page. Most of the people I work with always want to be quiet. They want things to be quiet. And me, so that's what I want. I just want to go there, share educational posts. Just be there when people are looking for me. So for me, that's enough ROI for me. But if you're spending money, you need to know how much you're getting from what you're spending.
Do you have anything to add to that?
The other thing I'll say is that I agree with everything she said, because sometimes you just want to create awareness. It's not necessary that you need
make
it
sales.
to convert in cash. So also, one thing I've learned so far is that whenever you're running ads is 50-50. So the money you're using to run ads is not money that you don't have to spare. It's like an investment. So if you don't have money to spare, you shouldn't be running ads. because the ads might convert and might not convert.
Yeah, because you don't own the platform.
So what happens when you have just 100,000 naira left in your account and you're like, oh, let me use this to run sale then so that it will convert money, and then you run the sale and it doesn't convert, you're back to square one. So it's money that you have to spare that you give. So
or you create a budget for it.
So the way you can measure your ROI is through it depends on what you're looking for, basically. If you're looking for leads, just awareness, all those things. So I think that's why I said I agree with what she said.
Okay, looking at content strategy and then audience engagement. So how do you balance these two?
Content strategy and audience engagement.
Okay, because I can let me try to make it easy. I want to advertise this mic. And then maybe I plan to do it for 1 minute and I'll use 48 seconds to dance before I talk about the mic. Some people can get your attention just because they want to sell something to you. It's a content strategy, which can get audience engagement. Do you understand? So if you look at these online businesses, and maybe because most of us or most of the businesses and business owners in Nigeria have not really explored outside. There was a point in I think early this year or mid of this year, I was fortunate to work with one luxury company in Lekki. The woman here that owns the stuff, she wants all this European page style. Like when you go to the page, you know that they are selling luxury, no dancing, just picture. All these. We can go as far to go to one nice restaurant. Who get all these people that used to wear clothes. What did they call them again? Models. Yeah, exactly. We'll get models, take them out, snap pictures. So those pages are, but I don't want to mention that page name anyway. But you understand? So you see them like that. So you just see, that is who she is anyway. Maybe because that is the kind of person she is.
Yeah.
So she was able to transfer her to the business.
Yeah.
But looking at, because she sell elegant wears though, but looking down to what's it called? To other average or upcoming business owners, they can do anything. They can do I don't want to say rubbish, but they can do anything. You want to sell me something, you're not giving me benefit of it. You're not giving me what I'm going to learn. You're not giving me the assurance of buying this thing and you get this thing in return. No, you dance for 10 minutes.
Because they believe that that's what works. So people are just doing business for the sake of doing business. All these people that I mentioned, this small business that can do anything. Some of them don't even make money. They can't even calculate profits. They just know that if somebody has paid 200K and I've given them and I've made like maybe 70K and I've made 130K, I've made money and they go on to the next customer. And it's not like that. If you're running a business, your profits, you need to be able to know how to calculate your profit. You need to be able to calculate many things. Now, they are bringing tax into the conversation now, January. It will affect a lot of business owners. Many small businesses will shut down because you don't even know how much is entry. You don't know how much you are spending. So you have a store, you've bought fuel, you on jet, you are ordering child there, Glovo, everybody's coming all the time because you have seen what others are doing on social media and then you are now doing it for yourself. The person you mentioned now, the luxury business owner, or maybe she had experience working in a place like that. She already knows what she wants. And then she was doing it. Somebody that is doing that, I'm sure the person knows what business is all about. Right? And I'm not saying that people that are dancing on TikTok, I'm not saying people that are dancing on TikTok don't know these things. They still do. There are people that is working for. There's some people that they can dance from now to December and their head is correct. But the problem is that we are copying. So you're doing a business, you don't even know who your target market is. You are selling luxury air. You're marketing luxury air to undergraduates, right? Some undergraduates can afford it, but not all undergraduates can afford it.
And sugar daddies.
Right? You should know who your business is for, who your product is for. Are you marketing small business owners? Are you marketing to students? Are you marketing to new moms? Are you marketing to people that are just about to get married? Know them, then create a strategy to reach them. If you are marketing to the pillars of this world, you know that you have to be doing ground social media. That's how it works. You cannot be doing luxury for somebody like that kind of so just know your business, know who you are, because you, like I said, your business cannot grow more than your own level of growth. So it means that a large chunk of you will need to
It
show
will
up in your
reflect in
business,
your
needs to
business.
reflect in your business. So know your business, know who you are, know your target market, and have a good strategy to reach them. It doesn't have to be something complicated.
I think I've learned a lot in this conversation. So do you have anything to say about that?
Yes. I think, like she said, know you are and all of that. But then at the same time, yeah, is what works for them. Some people you work, whether they use their money or their profits how they like. Some people it works for them. You're making mention of her. She sell luxury items. Obviously, our brand is limited to minority.
Yeah.
Only people that can afford it. And people that can afford these things are not going to be doom scrolling on TikTok, watching people dancing.
What if?
What if?
Corner offices?
What if, like what you said about your social media initially when we started, just to relieve energy? Maybe you have trauma. Maybe one of those days you have trauma.
But they will not buy from brands that are low end. A big person will buy from that's
yeah. And then there's intent. So if I'm going on social media for entertainment, if I see any, let's say I'm trying to escape reality, like you said, I'm going for entertainment and I see luxury, I will swipe away from luxury because that's not what I'm looking
That's not
for.
what I'm looking. It's not yours. So I feel like those people dancing or just to sell, they have, like, it might work, it might not work. Everybody's still trying to test waters. Do you understand?
Some people are just copying and pasting.
Some people, it works for them.
Some people have a lot of data.
The ones that are copying, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing in business, but I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That you cannot see high-end business like Gucci, Louis Vuitton come and be doing all those kind of things.
But business, Nigerians that will buy the products will not come and dance TikTok to showcase the Gucci bag.
Because some times ago, I think I was able to interact with few brands like, okay, I want to do this particular stuff. And I told them that, what is your, like, how do you classify your brand? Like, do you classify your brand as a top list brand, mid or no brand? The no brand, you can do anything. You don't need to have logo. You can die on WhatsApp business seller. That's who you are. You just be selling for your contact list. But if you are aiming high, there are some things that you should inculcate from the beginning. You don't need to have a website from the start, but try to create a brand for do you understand? For instance, now Coca-Cola have been in business for a couple of, they still do adverts.
Yes. Yeah.
They still some people, they do because they want to sell. Like, I've been in, like, the people that want to do a company, they want to launch a product. They'll do advert for that product. When they make sales, they will stop.
No more adverts.
Also, things.
Do you understand? So there's a lot of stuff that happen. Like, I feel like we do business in Nigeria to survive.
That's it. That's what we do. We don't have big picture, and you cannot blame anybody. You can't blame anybody.
Also, I want to add that things evolve. I'll give an example of my field. When I initially started, there was no like a need to necessarily show your face. You can use mannequin videos to make your videos. You could even post other people's videos. So it's not there. But now, there's no time that I don't scroll on TikTok in a week that I don't see what I order versus what I get from an vendor. So because of that, we are forced to come out and show. Now, if I'm advertising, most of the time, 90% of the time, the hair is on.
On you.
It has to be on me. And times when I'm using mannequin, maybe I'm not feeling fine, maybe I braided my hair or something, like there's a reason why I'm not using my face. But 90% of the time, I'm using my face. So that's like evolving because this is what is true. Now
involved.
So if currently now it is dancing, people will dance. And as long as it's working for them, that's what I feel.
Imagine once you launch,
but that's not for luxury.
Launch an app now.
That's not for luxury, but no, app is different. That I say depends on your field.
I understand. Just like you want to launch a financial app, you're not dancing on TikTok.
You can still dance.
Are you serious?
So there's a way to infuse storytelling into everything. You can dance to launch. So if
I'm to lead that marketing team,
that's it. That's what you will not do. Right? Somebody else can find a way to do it. Me too. No, I will not do it. I will not say let's dance to launch our app.
I don't understand. Now, looking about financial status, about banking system, there are tiers of accounts. Or let's say when they do Yalata, when they do 1,000 per day. Like, if you are looking at the big boys that you want to,
But don't forget I get audience. So If you are looking, if you want Gen Zs,
You
you don't have
do what
to
they are
see. You
doing.
can
That's the
get
thing.
choreographers. That's what I was trying to remember. You can get choreographers to. There are choreographers on TikTok that their dance steps are always
E.g.
interesting.
Now, let me use this as an example. Olumide has a financial bank now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I came to you as a marketing firm that has access to Purple Speedy as an influencer. I want you to tell me how you think Purple Speedy is going. And
Who are your target audience?
And you know fully well that banking tier that I'm creating is not for OP users.
What? I feel attacked. Okay.
Like 1,000 to urgent 2K users. Yes, sir.
Forget
Like,
to
you know, sir,
they put 200K for OP.
in terms of people that will ask me for urgent 2K, people that know.
Okay,
Like,
so
you understand?
so you're talking about okay. Let's use the example of
Yeah,
9 to 5 as say 9 to 5. You want to market an app where when salary comes in, it can just automate savings for us.
It might not really. It might be day
Just
to
an
day.
example.
It might be day. Okay. You are trying to break it down for
Yes,
me. Okay.
you are, for example, that's what you want to do. What Bubble Speedy can just do, for example, me and Priscilla now we are 9 to 5ers and when we're on break, we go to a restaurant and then we are eating, and we're eating, we're talking, right?
Okay.
And we're talking about bills and family bills, house rent, all of those things, and then there's commotion behind us. We are sitting face to each other and there's commotion at the back in front of the restaurant. And I'm wondering, and then the waiters I'm calling the waiter to, not waiter, she 95 hours to go to luxury restaurant. Okay, let's say the food seller.
A lot of shade on this section.
Let's say the food seller. Oh yeah, give me water or bring your POS, I want to pay. And then they are getting up to go outside. And I'm like, what's happening outside? And then we now go outside. We now see Purple Speedy in our purple attire, purple speaker. And then she's dancing. She's doing different dance. And then the person that is selling food has forgotten that I'm supposed to pay. And I'm angry, like, what are you doing? Answer me, I'm going back to work. And then the next thing is she brings out her phone and she starts showing us around with her dance step. All those are dance steps that they're doing. All those I'm on piano dance. And then she's showing her phone around. And I'm like, what's this? And then she now shows me the phone. She now tells me, do I have issues with spending money? Do I have issues with arranging my finances?
Like
she now mentions that house rent that we were just talking about. She now mentions house rent. She talks about family money and all of that. I'm not like, I will really be interested. Can this app do it? And she said yes. And she has backup dancers.
And she still dancing.
Yes, there's a way they can. And she has backup dancers.
And
next thing, me too, I joined the dance. Both of us now joined the dance. We're not doing the dance. We're doing the dance.
She doesn't have to dance.
You have sold with your dance.
Chacha doesn't even have to dance.
And again, you're stereotyping the dance.
Yes.
Talk about that, please.
She doesn't have to. Okay, there's this ad she did for Coca-Cola. Now, the main reason why brands are using her is because of her large following. I think she's the highest followed TikToker in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Female. So now they're using her because of the audience that she has. Now, dance has brought a lot of people because a lot of people likes that she dance.
I like dance too.
So they've brought she has brought a lot of people to her page because of the dance. So whatever she posts, she influences them. It doesn't necessarily have to be dance. Now, the Coca-Cola advertisement that she did, there was no dance. She went to a restaurant to buy Coca-Cola and the money could not reach. And I said, we now have a smaller size that's now more affordable, something like that. So I didn't know that they already reduced the size and price. But because of that, when the last time, yes.
How will it now reach me now? Is that a big one that I like?
The last time that I now went, like after then, when I went to buy Coca-Cola, so when I saw that the bottle, I was like, and I remembered ad. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't necessarily mean that she has to dance.
She's able to use the dance to build herself into that person.
Thank you.
That is what I'm like, because the way I see things is totally different now. If you look at all these big brands, Coca-Cola that you just said now, if they are doing marketing, they do marketing per industry. So have you ever seen a Coca-Cola advert that that they were using footballer and footballer are not playing football? Have you seen
yes, now.
E.g.
I cannot mention one, but there have been places where they were not playing football, they were just talking.
You cannot see.
They were just talking.
No
like
matter.
Messi and, for example, Messi and Ronaldo are just okay. There are plenty now. There have been adverts where Messi just enters a place and all the children are happy and then they are jumping and then he buys Coca-Cola for all of them.
There is no element of football. Doubt.
They didn't play football. They did not show football.
There will be element of football. If they don't play football, there will be posts. There will be glove. Keeper.
No, it's not compulsory. Don't forget that it's Messi that is advertising it. Seeing him alone, we know that he's a football person.
Do you understand? So this is what I want to draw line with. Like I want you guys to understand, or maybe we should all learn together here. Brands, like intentional brands, companies that they know what they are doing.
So you saying Coca-Cola is not intentional?
No, I'm coming. You know, Coca-Cola is different. We have Coca-Cola in Nigeria. It's not Coca-Cola in UK, US. They are different.
But they're still under the same franchise.
The same company now.
The same company now.
They are franchise in Nigeria, not controlled by one company. I hope you know. Because the Coca-Cola taste in Nigeria is different from Coca-Cola.
No, I don't think it's a franchise.
Let us sleep that one for now. But let us pick the example for now, Sha. If you look at, even if when they are doing artists, like even Pepsi, let's go back to Pepsi. Whenever Pepsi is doing adverts for musicians, do you see artists and they are selling Gary at that time? They will sing. See, I'm like
that's what
like I'm not like what I think. I'm giving you what we've all seen.
No,
yes.
No, it's not compulsory.
It's not compulsory. What is the meaning of an influencer?
Wait, what if they use an actress? Does that mean the actress will be acting?
Yeah, good. Example of that is Airtel. Airtel do that a lot.
Yes.
Airtel bring all these Nigeria actors. They act to promote their content.
But there have been cases where they've brought actors that
what did they do, please?
Did they not just start this acting one?
Do you know
that they use
influencers?
What was that?
Airtel. When they brought out their new Wi-Fi, it wasn't influencers that helped them to advertise it.
Influencers such as who?
I can't remember now, but I know that like Kagan, for example.
Yeah, I think I saw his post
about the Airtel. There's another person that was even talking bad about it. An influencer is the influence you have.
Wait, what if you can just get the influencer to just talk about it?
See, don't forget about the problem we started with. Talking about people as a brand and person as an influencer. So most of the time, the influencer and the brand is like this.
That happens. No, that happens. That one is there.
So now, in my own top of my head, I'm thinking like, does it really relate? And then if you're looking about the intentional brands, because I don't really relate brands just Nigeria alone most of the time. I think outside. And I look at it, because Nike now, they want to sell brand. Even if they're not talking about football, you sit on their shirts. Player
but
wear
it's not just
shirts.
Nike. It's not just football now.
No, I'm talking about intentional brands.
Intentional. Do you know that?
That.
Like I said, influencers are people that influence people knowingly or unknowingly through their lifestyle.
Exactly.
Do you know that Nike send out PR packages to influencers to do unboxing videos? So if you are categorically saying Nike give only footballer, then you're wrong.
It's not even just footballer.
They give influencers to actually unbox.
I'm not saying footballer. Don't get me wrong. I not say because
you are saying if they use a footballer, it has to be footballer.
That's what I'm saying. It's not compulsory.
Because if you can tell me one particular ad that they, or maybe after this section, you show me that this is a ad meant for football community, and they give a singer.
Seen ads like
is
that.
Different from influencer package and influencer marketing. Are you aware? Ad is different though.
I remember when we said that influencers and celebrities are different in other countries. It's different. In Nigeria, they are categorized as one person. So there can be mistakes like that. But abroad, if they're doing influencer package, it's for influencers. If they're doing adverts, it's for
different.
celebrities.
So it's different. Influencer marketing is different from...
Just know that everything in Nigeria is upside down.
So the
way brands interact.
I have last question for every one of us. Let's take it from Priscilla. So if you have to start business all over, using social media as a means of communication to your audience, what will you do different?
Storytelling. I'm building a community.
Yeah.
Susayo.
I'm going to nail my content strategy very well.
Very well.
For business. For myself, I'm going to be more intentional about building a community.
That makes sense. So for our listener, this package is totally brought to you by Common Sense TV and in conjunction with IMB Hub. But I would like you guys to, sell yourself now and tell them where to reach you. You that you are selling here, give us your TikTok and where you dance and then we see your face.
I don't. Maybe you start dancing.
Maybe you start dancing and then they will get to patronize from you. Okay. Because we have to make sales at the end of the day. Money is important, right? As a business owner.
Thank you for the opportunity. I sell quality hair extensions. at really affordable prices. And you can catch me on S by Prissy on every platform. S by Prissy. No underscore, nothing. Just S by Prissy on every TikTok, IG, and the rest.
No phone number, nothing. No LinkedIn, nothing.
I think everything should be on.
Yeah, everything is on my profile. I have a link on my bio on Instagram.
No.
So everything is there.
Over to you.
Okay, mine is Fisayo Patrick 1 for personal. For my business account, my business name is Valua Digital. So shortened as VADDI. So you can always see it as Vadi_NG on Instagram. Fisayo Patrick 1 across all platforms. I have a YouTube channel, Fisayo Patrick. I have a podcast. The podcast is Realities of a Nigerian Creative and is on Spotify. And you can always reach me on Instagram. Yeah, on you can reach me same name, Fisayo Patrick, on LinkedIn. That's all. Everything you need will actually be on the bio, any of the bios that you visit.
So thank you guys for coming today. Hopefully that in case of we need you next time, you're able to join us on this podcast. Yes or no?
Thank you for having us.
So don't forget to drop your comment section and I know you have a lot to say, Sha, about what these two beautiful ladies has dropped. Kindly don't forget to drop your comment and follow the channel for the upcoming podcast. Thank you for now. Bye.